All
right, y'all. We gotta move
got
on.
Some purses tucked away in her trunk.
All right, we gotta move on to the next topic. This is my favorite topic that I know, some of the fellas are not gonna be happy with. But the topic is men who ask for peace and raise hell. All right. We hear a lot of times men, especially Black men, talking about how women should be their peace. And I understand it and I agree. I think your wife should be your peace. You should be able to come home and she's not yelling at you, talking down to you. She should be your peace. You should really be peace among everybody that you're around. Personally, that's what I think. But I also think men have to realize that you got to bring some peace yourself and not raise hell. And so there are a lot of men out here who are asking for women who bring peace, but they're raising hell in different ways. They're hard to talk to.
They kill me with these catchphrases.
So before we start, ladies, I just want to define peace before we get into this conversation from a man's perspective. So when a man asks for peace, he's asking for you to shut the fuck up.
Basically, which means that sometimes he's raising hell.
Thank you. Don't give me a reason. How about we don't give me a reason?
Shut the fuck up. Let me get away with whatever I got to do. You go deal with it by yourself, but don't say nothing to me about it.
Y'all, let me finish my introduction. Jesus.
Okay.
So let me finish my introduction. So basically, there are men out here who are asking for women to bring peace, but they are hard to get along with. They got to be right. They don't listen. They talk over you. They want to be heard, but they never let you get a word out. They go from 0 to 100. They cheat. They lie. They don't follow up on what they say they're going to do. They, in general, are raising hell in their relationships. And we want to talk about that tonight. So now y'all can go off. Go ahead.
So y'all got the definition, right?
So
I mean, unless a man married a woman that's a hen-pecking woman, like I said last time, if you picked her and she was a nagging, hen-pecking ass, then you knew what you got when you asked her to marry you, because she was always a nagging, hen-pecking ass bitch. So, hey man, it is what it is. That's the girl you like. Hey man, she ain't changed. However, if she is nagging about things that you have said you were going to do, whether you agreed to do it today or next month, and she's reminding you and you brushing her off, at this point, it's a dance. Now, because it could turn into nagging. It could turn into, because I've seen women, well, I would do it, but my husband ain't going to do X, Y, and Z. And it turns into that. But it's a dance of resentment and dismissal. If I bring my qualms to you and you say you're going to get to it and then you never get to it, here we are. And you think you're raising hell. So it just depends on what it is. But like I said, if you married a woman that's like that already, then take it up with the Lord.
I love these catchphrases. Be his peace, be his peace, be his peace. And again, I'm gonna go with my own catchphrase: manage your expectations, bro. Like, you have no peace. Like, if you can't be peaceful to yourself, because to me, if you're inconsistent in a relationship, if you cannot do something that your partner, your spouse, whomever has asked you repeatedly over and over again to do, if you are always dibbling and dabbling in the world of infidelity, and that's always an issue, then who really raising hell and not peaceful? Sounds like you're living an unpeaceful life. And as I tell people all the time, sometimes you get back what you put out. So if you're living chaotic, then expect some chaos in your life from yourself and other people who have to be exposed to that. That's it. People, if you want that to change, and the men that I'm talking to, they know who they are. Be the change you want to see. If you want peace in your house, live a peaceful life. Stop getting in the street, living chaotic. Period. Yeah. Stop being inconsistent with what you signed up for. Again, going back to the vows and how it's a contract. This is what you signed up for. You asked her, or y'all agreed, or whatever you did. You went out and got a ring. Nobody begged you to do that. You knew what you were getting into when you got into it. So my whole thing is this: if you don't want chaos in your home, if you don't want, raising hell, if you want peace, then exhibit peace, show peace, act like peace. All these things are verbs. Like, be what you want to see in your life and stop putting that on somebody else. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just like happiness. My husband or my wife, they need to make me happy. They can be a part of that, but initially that's your job. And peace is the same thing. That's your job. So when you out here living chaotic, don't be expecting I need you to be my peace, but you living like you raising hell. Come on. Yeah. Like, for real?
What do you think, Cannon?
Don't do that.
I have a lot to say about it too.
No, I was gonna say I just think it's so many people that don't want to take responsibility for their choices, their behavior, their lives, so they just like to blame the other people, and specifically like to blame their partners or their lack thereof, or their partners. But it's real easy to, just like I said, look, instead of looking in the mirror and looking back at the things that you're doing that's creating certain things, it's a lot easier just to be like, well, you're doing this and you're doing that, but not looking at the things that you're doing that cultivated that situation. And I think that specifically happens in this context when we are talking about men who say that. Because my question becomes, when you like, what are the things that are happening that are not being peaceful? I need to know the details. What are the complaints? What are the things that's being like? That's never the discussion. The discussion is always like, you need to be my peace when I come home. Why is it not peaceful? What is the complaints about? Like Ms. Jovo said, is it complaints about you not coming home on time when you said you was? Is it complaints about infidelity? Is it complaints about you not helping with the children? Is it other complaints about you not doing the things that you said you were going to do? So, like, what are the complaints? Like, I need to understand what is the hell that's being raised when you come in the house. And we have to look at the entire picture, right? We've already had a gang of conversations. We read so many articles and seen so many things that have stated how women, not only in 2022, that women have to go out and work, be breadwinners, be 50-50, whatever it is, financially, bringing money in the house, just like the man is, right? Because my whole thing is, this whole concept kind of comes from a place, first of all, like I said, it's a white place that's never happened in black spaces. So I don't know why we keep attributing it to black people, but let's talk about from the white space. That idea still comes from a white space, that the man goes out into the world and he's tackling the world. He's going to this job. He's working hard for you so he can bring home the money, so he can take care of the household, so that you can then take it and be in the household and take care of the children, do all that stuff. So you want to be peaceful for him so that he can continue to go out the next day and do those same things again. But in 2022, and also in black households, what we're ignoring is that women are out doing the same things that the men are doing, the exact same thing, facing the exact same things, the exact same headaches or whatever. And what I find interesting is that even if you think back to how, just some older school stuff where to be like, don't mess with daddy, leave daddy alone. Daddy just came in from work. Daddy tired. Don't nobody be doing that for mama. Mama just went to work. All that, she did the same thing. Nobody tiptoeing around like, don't mess with mama. They all like, mama, I need, I want, right? So the thing,
right? You hide in the bathroom,
right? So we do have to understand that women are doing the same exact things you are, coming home, and then you still have this expectation in your mind that they're supposed to take care of all of the household stuff, take care of most of the stuff with the kids. All you got to do is go to work, come in and play with some kids sometimes, maybe do a look some around the house every now and again, and then be mad somebody beat my peace. Like, it's not making any sense. It's like, no, like, you need to step up and be an equal partner. And if people learn how to just be equal partners, then you wouldn't have to be complaining about that. I just feel like if that's something you're constantly complaining about, then you do have to look at your part in it, because you definitely play a part in it. That's not to say in every single situation, because you do have some people that are just ridiculous. And that goes for males and females, but that's not most people. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're not getting peace at home and all this other stuff, then you need to start looking in the mirror and seeing what you can do in that home to make it more peaceful, period. Instead of just putting that responsibility on a woman just because you think that's her job. Like, it's not fair. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ultimately, it's just a lack of accountability, right? For men, right? A lot of men, they always say things like, she won't let me be a leader. She won't do this. I can't get peace in my home. She's this, she's that, right? But what I observe, women give men that leadership role before they even earn it, and they take it away when they abuse it. So when they abuse it, when men abuse that leadership role and the woman no longer following them or listening, or like you say, not giving him his peace, a man don't know how to regain that trust from a woman. They're not willing to work for it or go through those steps to get it back for her to to trust him or follow him or just give him a easier time. So they're going to, and instead they make it harder for the woman. So if you're making it harder for the woman, of course the woman is not going to be easier to deal with. She's going to give you hell because you first of all, you messed up. You're not taking accountability and making things better. You're not taking those necessary steps, and now you want her to just forget about it. Like, no, that's not how feelings work. She just can't forget about it. It's things that you have to do, and she's never going to forget about it. But it's things that you have to do to make her trust you again. To just let it go. It's just not like, oh, just shut up, just give my peace because I'm the man. Like I deserve this. You don't deserve me. You have to earn respect. You have to earn peace. You have to be that leader that you're supposed to be and cultivate that peace in your home. If you want peace, you know how to get it. It's just a lot of men don't want to take those necessary steps. They don't want to put that ego to the side. They don't want to put that pride to the side and do what they have to do to get that peace. They just want a woman to do all the work. They want the woman to put her feelings to the back burner and just give the man what he's demanding, and he didn't even earn it. So I think that's a big reason for it, and it's just sad to see. I see it a lot. I'm just glad I don't do that because my wife would be a devil if I did all of that shit.
I think that some people, it's a lot of folks who like titles, and they like people to reverence them in a certain way, because you're the man in a relationship. Now all of a sudden you're the king, you're the leader, you're all these different things. Yet your behavior says something else. And then when you call them out on it, it's now she being what are these terms we hear? She's not submissive. She's not cooperative. She's difficult. But when you go to work every week and payday comes and you don't get paid, you're going to hold your employer accountable for not paying you timely and paying you your wages as described in the agreement that you signed when you got a job with them. So it's the same thing going back to marriage as this covenant and this contract. When you are a partner and you do not hold your end of the bargain, it is well within your other partner's right to hold you accountable. Okay. And all of this, I got another post-it for tonight. My other favorite phrase, all behavior is a choice. You can't be sitting up here telling folks, well, because my wife don't do this and my husband do this, that I'm out in the street and I'm doing this. You chose to do that. It's a choice. It's a choice. So when you choose to do certain things, you have to understand that there are going to be some consequences to your actions. So when you choose to do certain things, people who care about you and love you and have an agreement or a covenant with you, they're going to hold you accountable for your behavior. Point blank.
Ask them this question.
If they don't,
you know what?
All this stuff just grows and all this resentment and all this toxicity that we see. And then she ain't being my peace. No, you're not taking responsibility for your behavior.
I think women should start asking these men, why do you have a better relationship with your homeboy than you do me? And start analyzing that. Mm-hmm. Because it's very suspect that these guys trust their homeboys more. They give their homeboys more leeway. They let them get away with more things than they let their wife get away with. And I don't understand why is that happening. Was the disconnect that you would do more for your homeboy than your wife. You would let your homeboy get away with more.
Bros before hoes, man.
Yeah, that code is kind of suspect to me.
It ain't suspect. It ain't suspect because, see, around the bros, I don't have to take accountability for what I do. People just letting me be. And see, I tell clients this all the time. People who gassing you up to do things that are not adding value to your life, and they just steady gassing you up, these people for the streets. They ain't for you. You are pure entertainment for them. Entertainment. And probably if you got a dude in that situation, most of the guys he dealing with, they are entertainment. I don't want to say clowns.
They're all doing the same
but
thing.
They pitch the tent, and he the clown that come perform at the circus.
And they all have the same problem.
Exactly. Then he go home, I want my piece. You've been performing at the circus. You in the street.